Just a quick one. I wanted to show you one of the Infiltration official maps in the editor. This is Desert Storm Venture, DS Venture. It's an enhanced assault mode by the T-Build T team, I think it was. And this particular level was made by Colonel Decker and Fist MLRS, which always sounded a bit dodgy to me, but I think it was a violent thing rather than a sex thing. Just the amount of detail they've got in this. I mean, it's blocky, but for the Unreal Engine in 1999, this is a sensational amount of detail to have without everything being bugged to hell. And I think you have an objective in this building somewhere, in one of these rooms. There is the CD to be stolen, and then you have to leave this building and make your way to the extraction zone over here. But this is a map I always get lost in, and you have to get back to here. I think you have to have all team members here, and if any of them die, you basically have to wait around till the round ends or something. It's a slightly bugged mission last time I played it. But yeah, just to have this amount of detail in the Unreal Editor using the BSP, binary space partitions, or bollocks, it's stupidly broken. It is impressive, and the texturing is good for that era, I would say also. A lot of economy with what's used, but quite evocative of the place, and yeah, a lot of atmosphere once it's running. Let's turn on the dynamic stuff. We should get some sounds, I think. Or maybe not. Anyway, there we go. But now I'm going to play a game, which is more exciting. See you in a minute. So, I'm pissing about with the loadout again. I was surprised to see how many different weapons had gone into the final versions of Infiltration. There was a lot of community add-ons, and quite an abundance of weapons to choose from. Again, all usable from the get-go without any restrictions, other than user-operator skill, which I hope I've demonstrated I lack completely. And yeah, so I was going to put together a mighty attacking loadout, and that's my son, if you can hear him laughing in the background at cat videos. I may have to abort this voiceover. Yeah, so here's me looking through lots of different guns. This is what I do for kicks in my spare time, and I share this with you freely. Some kind of clipping glitch there, whatever. But I've nearly made up my mind. I would like an AK submachine gun. Pardon me. And again, the quality of commentary I'm providing you is amazing, I'm sure you'll agree. So, it's nearly decision time. I do like the M4 kind of guns, they're quite useful generally. Quite a few sniper options, bolt action, not bolt action. I find them a bit hard to use because of the mouse sensitivity settings, which can be changed, but you don't, I think, get the chance to have it low sensitivity for scoped, and less so or more so when it's not scoped. Anyway, I digress. There are still things here I haven't tried out properly, and the claymores. Is it ever going to happen, I wonder? Is it ever going to happen? The answer is no, it's not ever going to happen. I tried later on, spoiler alert, and it didn't work again, but you can see how I failed this time. Broadly speaking, same as last time. There's different smoke grenades. I don't know what the two white ones do compared to each other. Possibly one's more of a flare, I don't know. So yeah, shall I maybe do a time lapse till I've got the loadout sorted, or is this exciting enough? I don't know. If you feel strongly enough about this, you can leave me a comment. I'm assuming that because I've had no comments, that this is okay. I've also had no views, so perhaps that's not a big sample size to choose from. And yeah, all good fun. But yeah, Also, in this video editing software I'm using, I can't actually read the words because it's rendering too small. So I can tell I'm looking at an armoured vest, which adds bulk, but it gives you a bit more bullet stopping power. But you could spend a long time building loadouts, generally to find that they are too heavy and you can't run anywhere, which is how I imagine it feels to be morbidly obese, but more dangerous on average. But there we go. So, is it time? Are we there yet? I think we're nearly done. It's quite a heavy loadout, it's not very fast moving, and in the map I'm choosing to play next, I come to regret that, because there's a lot of ground to be covered on the respawns. And so the map I am choosing to play is Frozen by Freon. I like Freon stuff. Obviously this is a long time ago. I tried finding him again, but I didn't succeed. If you're out there, Freon, love your stuff. I'd love to get back in touch. Mostly to try and persuade you to do some more mapping for Ground Branch, but there we go. Yeah, Kosovo, who can forget Kosovo? That's an old one, but a perennial favourite, as they say. A good sniper map, I think. But yeah, so Frozen, another one that he did was the Dull Rocks. Dull Rocks and Dull Rocks 2 for the enhanced assault mode. He joined the dev team. I had to say I prefer number 1, but there we go. Number 2 had more whiz-bang stuff, but it just didn't really sort of play. And I've masked cunningly the crash that I had. So yes, another map that has lots of interesting ways to go, and I've forgotten how to go through all of them. I get terribly lost on this map, as with any others. I'm tempted to open it up in the editor just to see where I'm going wrong. So here we are. We are in an Antarctic research base, and that's the way down to the secret labs. Claymore time. In fact, no, because my teammates are going to run through it and blow themselves up. It's about half the course. But this is the only way in, I think. It doesn't sound like it can be right, but maybe it is. So, Claymore time. I'm going to start by running a wire. There we go. And do you know what I'll do? I'll stop running a wire and I'll shoot him. Just kidding. I'll just kill myself. And now they've come in, the spawn point moves. So that wasn't very clever, basically. They've now accessed the lab, and I'm not too sure which way is the way I need to go. The map was slightly redone for the new game type, so it doesn't work quite the same way.
Data compromised.
So they've got the CD in the lab, which I can't find. And I'm basically going around. This door, I think, should open, but it's not opening. There may be a button somewhere. I haven't got any of this working. I might check the map to see if that's actually a way you can go. But it's all going on somewhere else. But my teammates managed to kill them. Doo-doo-doo. Bang. I know what I'll do. I'll throw a grenade. There's no way this can go wrong. Dull. Out of stamina. Dull. That is the way I approach many of my tactical challenges. with massive ineptitude. So I'm dead now, because the defenders have 2 spawns, the attackers have 3. That can be changed, of course. So I'll have a little wander around, check out the map. That's an enemy, I think. And it turns out you can't instruct your teammates when you're dead. Possibly they are too. So there's one way out. And that's a way that the attackers can go once they've got the CD. But no need, here they are. Jumping on each other's heads, as you do. Nice leisurely stroll out to the helicopter to win that round. So, I have to admit, that didn't go so well. But perhaps we can now win this round with fewer casualties, with a little more style, and win the match. But they didn't really lose anybody at all, so it's quite unlikely we're going to do the same, given that my team seem to like throwing themselves into the path of bullets. But here we are. And off we go. And I'm going to drop my claymore because I'm very loaded down. This is a terrible loadout. And yeah, a bit late now. I'm all out of puff.
Contact.
So they got inside the building already, which should make things a bit easier. I don't know why I'm even bothering going down here. This is something that will open up later, I think. Once you've done one of the objectives. But for now, I'm just wasting time. And there is a whole second floor where you unlock the labs. I haven't been up there, and I'm not going to get up there. But I've done a bit. I've killed some of the defenders at least. But yeah, so this was quite an advanced map at the time. Freon has used a lot of decos, which were the sort of badly lit things here, which were vertex lit rather than light map lit. And yeah, just gives you a lot more visual detail. So they were the precursors to static meshes, I think, essentially. And were rendered in a different way, in a fast way, and didn't suffer from any of the BSP problems of the other stuff, because they existed sort of outside the BSP hierarchy. That's just technical speak. They didn't bug out things, so it was a nice way to add detail, but they would clip when you looked at them sort of at the side of your screen, so you only want it for small stuff, because the big stuff can just disappear entirely, and getting the collision is tricky too, because either you're putting in custom collision hulls or you're just using a cylinder centered on the deco, and it doesn't give very good results for big things. So yeah, I think we've got the CD or something. What have we got at the labs? Yeah, so I was waiting for my teammates to open the lab. It took a long time, but they did it. Now, I don't know where he was, but I've been killed by a sniper rifle. Again, slightly disappointing. But my teammates should be working their way down. And I've got another big sprint in with a very heavy pack. Really should have changed that loadout. But let's get rid of that claymore, so I'm not quite so burdened. Let's walk into a wall, that'll help. Do. A lot of running around. Quite annoying if you die instantly, which is something I do quite a lot of. I think my son's enjoying another cat video. Yeah, so there may be another way in.
Contact.
But I have yet to find him. And on we go. Do. Gonna die soon, gonna die soon. I still haven't used the report direction command. I think I've talked about it. Because there's no point with bots, because they don't listen. Right, we're sort of teaming up, so maybe we'll have a good chance of this. Die. Let's see where they're going. Yeah. Getting a bit confused with the old doors. There we go. So the room upstairs actually I think is slightly more decorated than these ones, but the level detail is far better than the earlier maps, as noted because of the decos thing. Towards the end there was a utility that could convert meshes, as in edited meshes and the editor BSP meshes, into decos. It was a bit hacky, but it worked. But the likes of Epic were using proper 3D software to make their meshes, which were obviously far better. Freon did a nice job with all the stuff. I said the lighting isn't great, and my meshes were absolutely terrible. I mean, they were vertex lit, but strangely. But nowadays, using 3D packages is the norm to make static meshes. Be interesting to think what could be done with the old engine with the new way of doing things. Right, are we going to get sniped? I don't know where he was still. Maybe hiding in a corner? So they've got the CD. Are we going to get out alive? Oh. So, I don't think I team killed, but I nearly did. The recoil on that submachine gun is pretty horrific. Controlling it takes a bit of practice, a bit of skill. Just down to me now, it seems. Yeah, so that was one of the nice things, that it was again a question of practice and skill rather than, you know, a feature of the weapon. If you did control the recoil, you had a fairly effective gun. And different weapons had different recoils and so on. So I think one of the guys has just gone straight to the helicopter and is waiting for me there. But yeah, so this, as I said, used to be a deathmatch map, slightly different. But again, the atmosphere was quite fantastic, the little details. The puffs of breath, nicely done I thought. And yeah, so that's nearly over, but thank you for bearing with me while I was spectacularly incompetent. But I kind of saved the day in the end, but I know that we haven't done well enough to win the match because they did it with fewer deaths. And it's not a question of timing, so if you do it slower but with less casualties, fewer casualties, you win. So it does encourage methodical, tactical teamwork, which is good. Anyway, goodbye.